How does voter turnout vary in democratic nations? Imagine a country where almost everyone who can vote actually does. Now picture another where only a small fraction shows up at the polls. Why such a difference? Let's explore what influences voter turnout across democracies. Voter turnout is the percentage of registered voters who cast ballots in an election. It can vary a lot depending on the country's voting laws, culture, and how elections are run. Countries with laws that make voting easier tend to see higher turnout. For example, Australia requires its citizens to vote in national elections. Because of this, around 90% of eligible voters participate regularly. This system shows a strong belief that voting is a civic duty and a moral responsibility. The government supports this by making voting accessible and clear, encouraging more people to take part. On the other hand, some democracies do not have compulsory voting. The United States is a good example. Its voter turnout in major elections is usually between 60 and 65%. During off-year elections, it drops even more. Factors like voter fatigue, complicated registration processes, and frequent elections can discourage participation. This raises questions about fairness because low turnout often means that younger people, minorities, and lower-income groups are less represented. When fewer people vote, it can challenge the idea that everyone has an equal voice in democracy. Some democracies have very low turnout despite having voting rights. Switzerland, for instance, has many elections each year, but less than half of eligible voters participate. This can happen because of political disillusionment or distrust in the system. When elections happen too often, people might feel voting is too costly or unimportant. This shows that even with voting laws in place, engagement depends on how citizens feel about their government and their role in society. In some cases, high voter turnout does not necessarily mean a healthy democracy. Countries with authoritarian tendencies might report high turnout because of pressure or manipulation. This makes it hard to judge if the participation is genuine or coerced. Looking at all this, voter turnout reflects how well democracies promote fairness, justice, and inclusion. Making voting easier, reducing barriers, and encouraging civic responsibility are ways to ethically improve participation. It's about creating a system where everyone feels motivated and able to have their say. Practical steps include simplifying registration, offering multiple voting options, and scheduling elections thoughtfully. Promoting civic education helps people understand why voting matters. Ensuring electoral integrity makes sure that turnout truly shows citizens' choices. In the end, voter turnout varies widely because of laws, culture, and trust. It's a key sign of how democracies honor their promise of fair and inclusive citizen action. When more people participate, democracy becomes stronger and more representative of everyone's voice.